of the main issues that I get working with people that I hear a lot is the habitual pull to go into the head, to focus on thoughts and thought loops. Um, and I think most people probably do this. And I think some of it is from past traumas um, that require protection, and they would go up in the head to um, get away from the present moment because it felt painful. I know I did that as a kid and a teenager from trauma in my life. And for some, it's just a habit, habitual tendency from a lifelong tendency to do that. So, in working with that, one practice that I think is really helpful for this is what I would call the ocean of aliveness. So, throughout your day, this is not something you really do in meditation, although you can do it to strengthen it. But this is mainly for just going about your daily life. So when you're all up in your head and habitually thinking and thoughts take you over, it has your attention. It has most of your attention placed on your head, up in your head, and it's grabbing you. So you want to you want to get below the neck with your attention. So anytime you catch yourself thinking a thought or in your thought loop or a thought reflection, and you come back and you realize you were gone, try to then drain your attention downward, below the neck and outward, and feel this field or ocean of aliveness. Feel what it feels like to be alive. This would not be thoughts, it's not emotional energy. It is more like a field of beingness. Nisargadatta might call it I am. I'm not 100% sure what he means by I am, but um, this would be sort of just like a buzzy, alive energy that you can feel everywhere. I say to do it below the neck because the mind, the attention wants to go straight up into thoughts. So for the moment, you want to get those below the neck and out into the field of aliveness. And it's like an ocean of energy. And this isn't like Kundalini energy or, any kind of big energy experience or movement. This is the more subtle energy that feels like an ocean, like you're enveloped in. It's kind of a subtle field, but you can feel it. Um, it is prior to thought, prior to emotion. And I just like calling it aliveness because that's what it feels like to me. So it's very subtle. So whenever you're in a thought storm or a reflection, just as soon as you notice, without judgment, just drop your attention below the neck and feel and try to sense that feeling of aliveness. That what does it feel like to be alive? And then try to get some stillness there while you try to feel it out. For me, when I started doing it, it almost felt like my head was just out of the water and the rest of my body was underwater. And I was almost like bobbing, like floating. And that's what the energy feels like to me. It's like a floating aliveness. So anytime you're stuck up there, switch to this and try to feel that floating aliveness, that little energetic buzzy field, and feel it really spread out. Spread it out as wide as it can with no edges. This is an ocean with no edges. And see how far out you can spread your attention to feel it. Really, the aliveness, the ocean aliveness is everywhere. You are fully contained. But for the beginning of the exercise to what you're doing is you're taking your attention from that small, concentrated thread of thought and you're switching it to this giant ocean of aliveness, this energetic feeling of beingness. And then when you do that, you can start to notice when you do this repeatedly throughout the day, anytime you remember it, you can start to drain your attention from that thought contraction into the wider aliveness that you are. Now, there's something before that, but for this practice and this exercise, I'm just talking about the aliveness as a practice. It is to help you take that habitual tendency to go in the head and bring it down and spread it out to all of your experience. And when you do that and you do it enough times, you'll start to spend more time down here in a wider expanse than a contracted thought form. And when you get good at that, you'll notice that the thoughts, because they have such a wide berth of attention now, feel a whole lot smaller and inconsequential. And that may help you from feeling them as being so grabby and so insistent on needing your attention. Because thoughts are powered by attention. The attention we give thoughts are their gasoline. And the more attention we give them, the stronger they feel, the more solid they feel. But if we can take that attention and put it somewhere else, you're not ripping it away from thoughts. Don't think of it as battling thoughts in any way. Anytime on this path, if you're fighting or battling, you're in a thought. You're in a thought loop. There is no battling. There's just recognizing and seeing. That's where the power is. So when the attention grabs a thought loop, put the attention immediately below the neck, spread it out into the ocean of aliveness, and feel that beingness. It's buzzy, it's alive. It's kind of subtle though. It's like a subtle field. And you almost feel like it's swimming. It feels like the body and mind are swimming in it almost, kind of floating. And you can feel the relief of that, spreading your attention out from this little contracted thought to this ocean of aliveness, wide and alive, full of energy. I've even done this when I felt really tired, and I've concentrated on that and released it. And it's like a transference, and it could actually rev you up a little bit, or at least to take the tiredness away and make you feel more infused with the energetic kind of bubbliness. And when you start to notice it, you'll notice it. When you start to get it right, you'll notice it. And it feels good. It feels relieving. It feels wider. It feels expansive, not contracted like the thoughts. So you want to do this throughout the day as much as you can think of it. You could even make this your main practice for a while. And if you do it consistently throughout the day, over and over and over again, you will start to notice the difference in the feeling of pulling your attention from there to down and out. And when you get really good at this, you can stop feeling the pull and you can just open to the aliveness of being everywhere in all places. And if you can do that right away, then great, you should do that. But the habitual pull for attention to a contracted thought is so strong that people just immediately go right back to it. And that's what it did with me. It would send me into daydreaming or distraction thought loops. Even if they weren't suffering thought loops or judgmental thought loops, they were still distracting and taking me away from presence. This will help you establish presence as primary, and any of the thoughts or any other sensation as showing up within that. It's just a little practice, and I think it helps a whole lot. But you can't just do it once or twice. You have to feel that and sense it and then spread that out and just rest in it. It's like when you take attention away from thought and you put it in there, look for stillness there. It's like stillness, finding the stillness is like your doorway that you walk through. And when you step into the ocean of aliveness, you can feel you can feel the subtle buzzy feeling of energy. It's like animated energy. And it's very soothing. It's a balm, and it feels very good and very relaxing. And you have access to it at any time of the day, any time of the night, always, because it's part of what you are.